Hi guys, my name is Audrey Watson and I am a HR consultant and a career coach. Thanks for sharing your Monday afternoon with me. During this time, I'm going to be sharing some motivational and helpful tips to help you get your work week off, continue to get it off to a great start. So, if you are a small to mid-sized business owner and you have a department, an HR department of one, or maybe you do not have an HR department, you're going to want to listen carefully because I'm going to have some awesome tips to share with you that's going to help you really drill in on some of those challenges that you may be experiencing currently within your organization. But before I share these tips, I want you to like, comment, or subscribe to this video, and also share it with your network if you find it valuable. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started for today. Now, I'm coming to you to share as an HR professional and talent acquisition professional. I have a hybrid background. I have worked in organizations which is a department of one. They either are a department of one, they've never had an HR department, or they're just in startup stage and they have limited resources. So I know full well how it is to wear many hats and to have limited resources. So one thing that I've understood within this transition and with having that type of work environment is that it's important to be well organized and to prioritize your daily, your weekly, your monthly, and even your yearly tasks so that you can remain productive. So today I'm sharing these quick helpful tips. It's going to be two. Within those two tips, I'm going to share with you some resources that's going to help assist you along the way. So, in building an employer brand as a small to mid-sized business is really essential. It really is essential to any business. But when you're a small business and you have, limited resources, really recruiting and hiring practices is really, really, really essential. You really do need to establish that because people gonna remember you for, whether they landed the job, they're gonna remember their experience as a candidate, and that's really gonna showcase, your employer brand. You really want your employer brand to be you really want it to really speak volumes to your organization because that's what's going to attract the top talent that you would like to hire. So, a few things that I found when as a talent acquisition manager, really being able to establish an employer brand is one essential, but two, you really want to look at your recruiting, your hiring processes. You're going to want to look into additional resources, maybe consider a freelance professional within come in on a short-term project to help get some of those projects that you cannot get to on a day-to-day basis, but that at some point you're going to really need to conquer that. And one way that you can do that is also, in addition to looking at a freelancer, you may want to consider an intern. There are a lot of college students that are going, for various academic concentration or courses, and having work experience is really going to help them excel when they come into the job market. So consider hiring an intern. Now, as we all know, interns can be paid or not paid. And is at your discretion which one you consider, but you're also being able to give back to your community, brand your organization, because you never know that intern may become a full-time employee once they finish their graduate studies or even their undergrad studies. So that's something that you want to consider. And also, with all the audits and everything that's coming up, to close out the year, you're really going to want to make sure that when you look at your administrative tasks, that an intern could really help you with some of those maybe I-9 audits, maybe assist you with open enrollment, benefits enrollment. And so those are just two quick action items that I know that will come up. So in addition to that, guys, I want to share with you, when you look at recruitment, just to tie in another key tool that I found that really helped me along the way was Indeed. Indeed has a lot of tracking mechanisms. So if you're in the GovCom space, particularly, you have OFCCP regulations. You're really going to want to make sure that you have your metrics in place to really validate your hiring practices. Whether you're a small or mid-sized business, you really want to make sure that your ducks are in a row when it comes to, documentation and making sure that you can, share why you hired one employee over another, or a candidate, I'm sorry, over another, just in case you're ever challenged in your hiring practices. Another quick tip outside of building an essential, strong employer brand, aligning it also with your recruitment practices, is that you really want to touch on and look at your technical solutions. What systems do you have in place? I know as a small to mid-sized business, owners, they may not have an applicant tracking system. And so whether it be an applicant tracking system or an HRIS system, if you do not have any systems in place, but you're using per se Excel, manual, different resources that you have, you really want to look at how you're automating reports. How are you, keeping in touch with your new hires, once they complete orientation? You really want to follow up because you want to look at your metrics when it comes to turnover, when it comes to exit interviews. You really want to look at what systems do you have in place. So looking at your tech solutions, look at, different email marketing platforms. There's a lot of them out there that can help you, setting reminders on your Outlook to make sure that you're following up, that you're prioritizing. And ultimately, you want to make sure that when it comes to whether it be onboarding, even offboarding in some cases, whether it be, just following up with different operational projects that you're doing, not only in HR, but also for the business, that you have some tickler system that you're following so that, you can move forward. There are a lot of different apps out there that can assist you. And you may even want to hire a virtual assistant if you, just need assistance with just keeping your calendar up to date, etc. And a lot of the virtual assistants have, they're really not that, it's not really that expensive to bring on the additional resources that you may need, just you maybe even for a short term, to make sure that you're getting a lot of the tasks done and follow-ups. And a lot of what I found in the past is automating your reports and following up on your reminders, whether it be through Outlook or any other app that you choose, has really been essential for me. And so before I close out for today, I have one career tip for those that may be a job seeker. I know that there are a lot of people that are in transition that may be seeking employment for whatever reason, as a result of COVID, changing careers, etc. And so I have one key tip for you as well. When it comes to landing an opportunity, you want to make sure that you've done your research. You want to make sure that you, when you do your targeted approach, that you're targeting the right role, that you're targeting the right company. But most importantly, you want to know your value. So if there's anything else, as you continue to apply to jobs, do the interview process, you want to know your value. You want to know the salary range. If you're moving to another state, etc., you really want to market and make sure that if you're leaving a less expensive state, maybe to one that has more increase in cost of living, that you really calculate that, because the last thing you want to do is accept a job offer that you're living paycheck to paycheck. So recently I had a colleague reach out to me. She had a phenomenal offer for a really good company, Fortune 500 company, and she was ecstatic about the offer, but the only thing that was a concern for her was her base salary. And so I assisted her, the best way of how to negotiate that base salary. One thing I can share is to really ensure that she's telling her story, the why story, her skill sets, reminding them of that, sharing with them that one, she's appreciative of the offer, but just sharing her concern on the base salary so that she could, potentially get the pay increase. She's going to exemplify her supervisory skills, her academics, things of that nature. Just a gentle reminder as to why she's advocating for an increase in a base salary, because when you go to negotiate your salary, just remember that one, you are the prize, two, you've already received the offer, and three, ultimately you want to be happy and you want to be able to not live paycheck to paycheck, but most importantly, that the reward, that the experience and the value that you are going to present to this employer is well received. Okay. And so, when it comes to salary negotiations, it's downtime to do it, not after you've already, signed the job offer, etc. So make sure that you know your value and make sure you market accordingly, because again, you are the prize. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your network. I look forward to seeing you on my next video. For you that want to get in contact with me to review some of your HR needs, some of your talent acquisition needs, I'm here to support you. Again, my name is Audrey Watson. I'm an HR consultant and career coach. I'm going to drop all of my contact information, how you can schedule a consult, in this video. So until next time, guys, thank you for your time and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.